If your legs cramp up when you walk, and the ache eases the moment you stop and rest, I want you to watch this whole video, because that is not just getting older. That is one of the clearest signs your body gives that the arteries feeding your legs may be narrowing. And here's the part most people never hear. When the arteries in your legs are clogging up, it's a warning that the very same thing may be happening in the arteries to your heart and your brain. Somewhere between 6.5 and 8 million Americans over 40 have this condition. It's called peripheral artery disease, PAD. And the most frightening thing about it is how quietly it arrives. Up to 4 in 10 people who have it feel no leg pain at all. Most who have it are 65 or older. And a huge number of them have no idea, because they blamed the early signs on age, or on a bad night's sleep, or on the weather. So here is what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to count down the 5 warning signs your legs use to tell you blood isn't getting through. From the subtle one almost everyone misses, all the way down to the number 1 sign that you should never, ever wave off. Then I'm going to show you a 30-second test you can do at home, right there in your chair, to get a feel for your own circulation. And finally, I'll give you the 1 number to ask your doctor for, a number you should know as well as you know your blood pressure. Stay with me, because the good news at the end is the best part. Caught early, this is one of the most fixable problems there is. Let me give you the one idea that makes all 5 signs make sense. Inside your arteries, over the years, a sticky material called plaque can build up. It's made of fat, cholesterol, and calcium. As it builds, the pipe narrows, and less blood gets through. Now, your leg muscles are greedy. When you walk, they demand a lot of fresh blood. If the pipe is narrowed, they don't get it, and they cramp in protest. That's the whole disease in one sentence. And smoking, diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol are the things that speed that plaque along. Hold that picture. Let's count down. Number 5. The sign almost nobody catches. The skin, hair, and nails on your lower legs start to change. When a patch of skin is starved of blood for a long time, it can't maintain itself the way it used to. So the hair on your lower legs and the tops of your feet may thin out or stop growing back. Your toenails may grow more slowly or get thick and brittle. The skin on your shins can turn smooth, tight, and shiny instead of normal. On its own, any one of these is easy to explain away, and that's exactly why it's number 5. But paired with anything else on this list, it's your circulation waving a small flag, worth a mention to your doctor. Number 4, and this one you can check the moment I say it. One foot that's noticeably colder than the other. Reach down and rest the back of your hand on one foot, then the other. They should feel about the same. When the artery to one leg is more narrowed, that foot gets less warm blood and it runs cool. A little coldness in both feet on a winter morning is normal. One foot that's consistently colder than its partner, even in a warm room, is not. That's a difference worth bringing to your doctor. Number 3, a change in color. A leg or foot that's losing its blood supply can turn pale or take on a bluish, dusky tint, especially compared to the other side. Here's a simple thing doctors look for. Lie back and raise the leg up for a minute. A starved foot often goes pale when it's lifted. Then sit up and let it hang down, and it may turn a deep, ruddy red as the blood rushes back in. Pale when up, angry red when down. That color swing is a real clue that the artery is struggling to keep up. Number 2, and now we're into the signs you must not ignore. A sore, cut, or blister on your foot, toe, or lower leg that just will not heal. Healing takes a steady delivery of blood. That's how your body carries in everything a wound needs to close. When circulation is poor, a small nick that should clear up in a week can linger for a month, or never close at all, and it can get infected. For anyone, and especially anyone with diabetes, a wound on the foot that isn't healing is not a wait and see. That is a reason to be seen by a doctor, soon. And number 1. The single most common and most ignored warning sign of poor leg circulation. Cramping or aching in your legs when you walk that goes away when you rest. Doctors have a name for it: claudication. It usually shows up in the calf, but it can also grip the thigh, the hip, or the buttock. The pattern is the giveaway. It comes on after you've walked a certain distance. It forces you to stop. It fades after a few minutes of standing still. And then it comes back at about the same distance the next time. That is your leg muscle screaming for blood it isn't getting when it works. So many people lose years to this, limping a little farther each season, telling themselves it's just their age or their knees. It isn't. It's the clearest signal on this whole list, and it's the one I most want you to take to a doctor. Now, before I show you the test, one urgent exception because it matters. If a leg or foot ever turns suddenly cold, pale, numb, and painful all at once, that is not the slow problem we've been talking about. That can be a sudden blockage, and it's an emergency. Don't wait. Don't watch it overnight. Call your doctor or go to the emergency room. All right, let me give you the 30-second test you can do at home right now. I want to be clear about what this is. It's a rough check, not a diagnosis. It can't tell you that you have PAD. Only your doctor can. What it can do is tell you whether it's worth asking. Ready? First, the temperature check. The back of your hand on one foot, then the other. Feel for a real difference. Second, the nail bed check. Press firmly on a toenail or the pad of your big toe until it blanches white. Then let go and count how fast the pink color floods back. Quick, a second or two is what you want. Slow to return is a flag. Third, find the pulse on the top of your foot. Gently lay 2 fingers along the highest part, between the big and second toe, and feel for a beat. A strong, easy pulse is reassuring. Faint or absent on one side is worth asking about. And fourth, the raise and dangle. Lie back, lift both legs for a minute, and watch the color. Then sit and let them hang. Pale when up and deep red when down is the pattern that says, ask your doctor. If any of those gave you pause, here is the one number to ask for. It's called the ankle-brachial index, the ABI. It's painless, it takes a few minutes in the office, and it's the real version of the test you just did. The doctor compares the blood pressure at your ankle to the blood pressure in your arm. In a healthy leg, those are about equal, an ABI of 1.0 or a little higher. If your ankle pressure is meaningfully lower, below 0.9, that points to peripheral artery disease. Below 0.4 means it's severe and needs prompt attention. My advice? Know your ABI the way you know your blood pressure numbers. Just ask, doctor, given my legs, should I have an ABI test? And now the good news I promised, because I don't ever want to leave you frightened. Of all the artery problems a person can have, this is one of the most responsive to action. The number one thing if you smoke is to stop. Nothing you can do helps your circulation more, and your doctor can help you do it. After that, the medicine is almost funny. It's walking. A real doctor-guided walking program, pushing gently into the cramp, resting, going again, actually trains your legs to grow new little detour vessels around the blockage, and people walk farther with less pain within weeks. On top of that, keep your blood pressure, your cholesterol, and your blood sugar in the range your doctor wants, and eat the way the heart doctors recommend. The DASH plan is the one they name. Your doctor may add a medication or two to protect the artery. The point is this: a diagnosis here isn't a sentence, it's a head start. So if your legs have been trying to tell you something, the cramp when you walk, the cold foot, the sore that won't heal, please don't explain it away one more time. Do the little test and take one question to your doctor. Should I have an ABI test? That's it. That one question can catch a problem in your legs that's also quietly warning you about your heart and your brain, while it's still early and still very fixable. If this was useful, or you're already thinking of someone who needs to hear it, do 2 quick things for me. Share it with them and subscribe, because everything we make here is about helping you stay healthy, mobile, and independent for as many good years as possible. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.